Just minutes ago, the royal family dropped a bombshell that has sent shockwaves around the world, and Prince Harry is reportedly seeing red. Picture this: you pick up your phone, open a message from Buckingham Palace, and learn that your youngest child, your little girl, your pride and joy, is suddenly no longer eligible to inherit her place in the line of succession. This isn't some minor bureaucratic hiccup. This is seismic. It's a rupture in the carefully cultivated image of a family that has long presented itself as the ultimate embodiment of tradition, duty, and loyalty. The announcement bore a name that resonated across headlines: Elizabeth Diana, and Harry's reaction? Fury. Pure, unfiltered, gut-wrenching fury. Before we dive deeper into the layers of palace intrigue, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update. Now, let's take a step back and ask the most pressing question: who is Elizabeth Diana? In many ways, she represents a new era of royalty. Born to parents who have already challenged centuries of convention, Lilith is a symbol of hope for some, a source of controversy for others, and now a lightning rod for a legal and political storm that could force Harry to take action in a way the monarchy has rarely, if ever, seen. The timing of this revelation is curious, with whispers from insiders suggesting it might not have been entirely unexpected, yet the cold, surgical precision of how the palace delivered the news, coupled with its ramifications for both the Sussexes and the institution itself, has left the public stunned. Why now? After years of public scrutiny, private tension, and relentless media speculation, why strip the youngest Sussex of her place in the line of succession? Officially, the palace cites unresolved citizenship matters and discrepancies in birth documentation. But, as always with the royal family, there is far more beneath the surface. Hidden agendas, old resentments, and complex palace politics intertwine into a web so dense that even veteran insiders struggle to fully unravel it. The public is left with speculation, outrage, and a burning curiosity: what will Harry do next? Imagine Harry's perspective. A father, a husband, someone who has spent years navigating a strained relationship with his family, now confronting the reality that the part of his life he values most, his children, is under attack in a way that feels calculated and cruel. Sources suggest he is furious, consulting top legal experts, weighing options with both raw emotion and strategic consideration. But can fury alone overturn centuries of protocol? Can a private citizen, even one born into royalty, challenge the entrenched power structures that have shaped his life since birth? And more importantly, what does this mean for the future of Elizabeth Diana, for Meghan, for Harry, and for the monarchy itself? The timing couldn't be more explosive. Just as the Sussexes have been trying to carve out a life outside the royal spotlight, balancing media projects, philanthropy, and private family time, the palace has dragged them back into the center of public scrutiny. This isn't merely about tradition or legal technicalities, it's about identity, legality, citizenship, and simmering tensions that have been brewing for years. This story is not just another royal scandal, it's a family drama on a scale few can fully grasp. Harry has long been cast as the rebellious son, willing to confront the crown and expose uncomfortable truths, while Meghan is frequently portrayed as the outsider, the disruptor, challenging norms and expectations. Together, they've weathered media storms, internal criticism, and public debate. Yet the removal of Lilith from the line of succession strikes at a far deeper, more personal level. It's a direct challenge to their roles as parents, to their private lives, and to their public image. So what triggered this unprecedented move? According to insiders, the palace legal team conducted a meticulous review of Lilith's documentation, citizenship status, birth certificates, and the legality of her inclusion in the succession line. Every detail examined, every anomaly potentially fatal. To outsiders, this might seem like bureaucracy run amok, a technicality turned into a global headline. But for those with insider knowledge, it's a carefully calculated move with consequences that stretch far beyond the immediate announcement. The ripple effects could impact political relationships, international diplomacy, and public perception of the monarchy. For Harry, the news feels like a trap. The man who has faced personal and institutional betrayals now confronts a threat to his daughter's rights, and he is reportedly ready to fight. The media response was immediate, a torrent of headlines, tweets, and opinion pieces dissecting every nuance. Social media erupted, celebrities weighed in, and royal commentators spun theories at dizzying speeds. Some argued this was mere procedural housekeeping, others interpreted it as a decades-long power play designed to assert control over a branch of the family that had chosen a different path. Yet even among experts, disbelief is widespread. Never before has a royal child's status been publicly questioned based solely on documentation. The looming question, how will Harry respond? This is more than legal wrangling. It's about a father protecting his child from an institution steeped in centuries of power and tradition. As the story unfolds, the stakes rise. Harry reportedly considers legal action that could shake the monarchy to its core, with allies hinting at aggressive, unprecedented strategies. Meanwhile, the palace remains calculatedly tight-lipped, issuing carefully crafted statements that project authority without commitment. The public, starved for answers, can only speculate and react, while Elizabeth Diana remains the innocent center of a storm she cannot comprehend. Every moment of this drama is a reminder of the precarious balance between public duty and private family life. For Harry, the questions are profound: what is the extent of his power to protect his daughter, and how far will he go to ensure her rights? For Lilith, barely over a year old, her life has been thrust into a maelstrom of legal scrutiny, media frenzy, and palace politics, all while she should simply be growing up, learning about the world without the weight of centuries pressing down on her. Named in homage to her great-grandmother Queen Elizabeth II and her late grandmother Princess Diana, her very name has become a symbol, now one that, according to the palace, no longer guarantees her future. The implications are staggering. Citizenship ambiguity, dual nationality questions, and a tangle of international legal complexities could take months or years to resolve. The palace's clinical delivery of the news left Harry shocked and enraged, feeling cornered as he navigates a system that wields power with icy precision. Meghan, standing beside him, reminds him that their bond as parents is unbreakable, yet even her reassurance cannot hide the stark reality. The monarchy has publicly questioned their daughter's legitimacy, igniting a media firestorm that shows no signs of slowing. As speculation mounts, experts and insiders debate whether this is a procedural necessity or a deliberate message of authority. Public opinion is split, some see cruelty in questioning a child's rights, others emphasize adherence to legal norms. Every tweet, every headline, every analysis intensifies the urgency. Behind the scenes, Harry is assembling a team of legal and media advisors, weighing every possible response, every potential outcome, recognizing that this isn't just about reaction, it's about strategic action. At the heart of it all, however, remains the emotional core, a father fighting to protect his child, to assert the rights of a daughter caught in the crossfire of centuries-old traditions and modern scrutiny. And now, whispers of hidden documents have emerged, files that could confirm or dismantle the palace's decision entirely. If Harry gains access to them, the narrative could shift dramatically. Media speculation has reached a fever pitch, with theories ranging from misfiled paperwork to overlooked international legal requirements. The situation could set a modern precedent, potentially reshaping how royal succession is handled for generations to come. Harry's next steps, public challenge, quiet legal maneuvering, or diplomatic negotiation, carry immense risk. Every choice could escalate the crisis further, yet inaction is unthinkable. As the hours pass, the first cracks of a battle that could reshape the monarchy itself are forming. At barely over a year old, Elizabeth Diana is at the epicenter of a storm no child should face. While other children worry about toys, naps, and learning to walk, her future, her legitimacy, and even her very identity are under public scrutiny. Her parents, fiercely protective, confront questions that span legality, identity, and loyalty. And as this story unfolds, one thing is clear: this is not just another headline. This is history in motion, a drama that could redefine the future of the monarchy, challenge the very notion of royal authority, and reveal the extraordinary lengths a father will go to protect his child. Just moments ago, the royal family dropped a statement that has immediately captured global attention, and sources say Prince Harry is absolutely furious. Picture yourself in his shoes. You unlock your phone, open a message from Buckingham Palace, and are confronted with the shocking news that your youngest child, your little girl, your pride and joy, has suddenly been removed from the line of succession. This is no minor oversight or bureaucratic hiccup. This is a seismic event, a rupture in the carefully maintained image of a family that has long positioned itself as the ultimate symbol of tradition, duty, and loyalty. The announcement bore a name that instantly dominated headlines: Elizabeth Diana. And Harry's reaction was nothing short of volcanic, raw, unfiltered, and devastatingly emotional. Before we dive deeper into this palace intrigue, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update as this story develops. Now, let's step back and consider the central figure at the heart of this storm. Who is Elizabeth Diana? In many ways, she represents a new generation of royalty. Born to parents who have already challenged centuries of royal convention, Lilith has become a symbol of hope for some, a source of controversy for others, and now, unexpectedly, a lightning rod for a political and legal storm that could force Harry to take unprecedented action against the institution he was born into. The timing of this revelation is striking, with whispers from insiders suggesting that it may not have been entirely unpredictable, yet the way the palace delivered it, with icy precision and legal exactness, has left the public reeling and raised questions about the motivations behind this decision. Why now? After years of public scrutiny, private tension, and relentless media speculation, why would the royal family strip the youngest Sussex of her rightful place in the line of succession? Official statements reference unresolved citizenship matters and irregularities in birth documentation. But as is often the case with the royals, there is almost certainly more beneath the surface. Hidden agendas, lingering resentments, and the intricate, almost labyrinthine world of palace politics converge in a web so complex that even seasoned insiders admit they struggle to unravel it. The public is left to grapple with speculation, outrage, and a relentless curiosity: what will Harry do next? Consider Harry's perspective for a moment. A father, a husband, someone who has spent years navigating a complicated, often fraught relationship with his family, now finds himself confronting the reality that the most precious part of his life, his children, is being challenged in a manner that feels deliberate, cold, and cruel. Sources indicate he is consulting top legal experts, weighing his options with a mix of raw emotion and strategic calculation. But can anger alone overturn centuries of royal protocol? Can a private citizen, even one born into the royal family, truly confront the deeply entrenched structures that have governed his life since birth? And more importantly, what does this mean for the future of Elizabeth Diana, for Meghan, for Harry himself, and for the monarchy as a whole? The timing of this announcement is explosive. Just as the Sussexes have been carving out a life beyond the royal spotlight, balancing high-profile media projects, philanthropic work, and private family moments, the palace has abruptly thrust them back into public scrutiny. This is no longer simply a matter of tradition or legal technicalities. It touches on identity, legality, citizenship, and tensions that have been simmering quietly for years. This story is not just another royal scandal. It is a family drama of extraordinary scale. Harry has long been cast as the rebellious son, willing to confront uncomfortable truths within the monarchy, while Meghan is often portrayed as the outsider, a disruptor challenging norms and expectations. Together, they have endured relentless media scrutiny, internal criticism, and public debate, yet the removal of Lilith from the line of succession strikes at a profoundly personal level. It is a direct challenge to their roles as parents, their private lives, and their public reputations. What triggered this unprecedented move? According to insiders, the palace legal team carried out a meticulous review of Lilith's records, including her citizenship status, birth certificates, and the legal basis for her inclusion in the line of succession. Every detail was examined, every anomaly noted, each irregularity potentially catastrophic. To outsiders, it might seem like bureaucracy run amok, a minor technicality turned into a global news story, but those with insider knowledge describe it as a carefully calculated move with ramifications far beyond the immediate announcement. The ripple effects could reach into international diplomacy, political relationships, and public perception of the monarchy itself. For Harry, this feels like a trap. A man who has endured personal and institutional betrayals now faces a threat to his daughter's rights, and he reportedly feels compelled to respond. The media erupted almost instantly, with a wave of headlines, tweets, and opinion pieces analyzing every nuance of the situation. Social media exploded, celebrities weighed in, and royal commentators spun theories at dizzying speed. Some argue this is a procedural housekeeping measure, while others interpret it as a decades-long power play, a calculated assertion of control over a branch of the family that has chosen a different path. Even among experts, disbelief is widespread. Never before has a royal child's status been publicly questioned solely due to documentation. The pressing question remains, how will Harry respond? This is about far more than paperwork. This is about a father fighting to protect his child from an institution steeped in centuries of power and tradition. As the story unfolds, the stakes grow higher. Reports suggest Harry is considering legal action that could fundamentally shake the monarchy, with allies hinting at bold and unprecedented strategies. Meanwhile, the palace maintains a carefully curated silence, issuing statements that assert authority without committing to specifics. The public, desperate for clarity, can only speculate and debate, while Elizabeth Diana remains the innocent center of a storm she cannot comprehend. Every moment of this drama highlights the delicate balance between public duty and private family life. For Harry, the questions are profound: how far can he go to protect his daughter, and what are the limits of his power against a centuries-old institution? For Lilith, barely over a year old, the world has become a labyrinth of legal scrutiny, media frenzy, and palace politics, all while she should simply be growing up, exploring the world without the heavy weight of history on her shoulders. Named in honor of her great-grandmother Queen Elizabeth II and in tribute to her late grandmother Princess Diana, her very name has become a symbol, one that the palace now claims no longer guarantees her place in the line of succession. The implications are staggering. Questions surrounding citizenship, dual nationality, and the complexities of international law could take months or years to resolve. The clinical, almost surgical delivery of the announcement left Harry shocked and enraged, feeling cornered as he confronts a system wielding its power with ruthless precision. Meghan stands beside him, offering reassurance, but even her steadfast support cannot mask the reality: the monarchy has publicly questioned their daughter's legitimacy, sparking a media firestorm of unprecedented intensity. As speculation mounts, experts and insiders debate whether this is a procedural necessity or a deliberate demonstration of authority. Public opinion is split. Some see the move as unnecessarily cruel, while others argue it is simply a matter of legal compliance. Every headline, tweet, and analysis amplifies the pressure. Behind the scenes, Harry is reportedly assembling a team of trusted legal advisors and media consultants, considering every possible response, every potential outcome. This is not merely reaction, it is strategic, carefully measured action. At the heart of it all remains the emotional core: a father determined to protect his child, asserting the rights of a daughter caught between centuries of tradition and modern scrutiny. Adding another layer of intrigue, whispers of hidden documents have emerged, files that could either confirm or overturn the palace's decision entirely. If Harry gains access to them, the narrative could shift dramatically. Media speculation has already intensified, with theories ranging from misfiled paperwork to overlooked international legal requirements. This could set a historic precedent, reshaping royal succession for generations to come. Harry's options: public challenge, quiet legal action, or diplomatic negotiation, carry immense risk, and every decision could escalate the crisis. Yet inaction is not an option. At barely over a year old, Elizabeth Diana is at the center of a storm no child should face. While most children worry about toys, naps, and first steps, she is confronted with questions about legitimacy, rights, and identity on a global stage. Her parents, fiercely protective, are forced to navigate legal, political, and emotional minefields, all while defending her against an institution that has publicly questioned her very existence within it. This is not just another headline. This is history in motion, a story that could redefine the monarchy, challenge its authority, and reveal the extraordinary lengths a father will go to protect his child.